Susul. Hello and welcome to Under the Plumbob, the podcast about all the things related to the EA Maxis series of games called The Sims. We avoid the real world by talking about our made-up ones. Welcome to this episode of the Social Bunny team, featuring me, your friendly neighborhood editor, Melissa, and
Jane. Hi, everybody.
Hey, Jane. Thanks for joining me today.
Yep, I haven't been on the podcast in a hot minute, so I'm feeling a little bit like I don't know what I'm doing anymore, but, you know.
It's been a minute. We've missed you. You have been missed.
Yeah, I haven't been around, and I apologize. I'm here now, so.
You're here now, and that is what counts.
Yes.
So today, as you know, we're going to be talking a little bit about some recent Maxis Monthly episodes. We didn't feel the need to do like a breaking news edition of Social Bunny for the Maxis Monthly in March because they did... and it's good content. They talked a little bit about the Strangerville pack that at the time had just been released. They go a little behind the scenes on that. So we'll touch on that a little bit. And then we're going to talk about April's Maxis Monthly, which was filled with all kinds of goodies and things to be excited about.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good stuff. All right. So.
Good stuff. Let's dive in.
Yes. Okay, so Sims team hosted a Maxis Monthly live stream on March 5th. The stream did not show off any new content for The Sims 4, sad times, but viewers did play and answer questions on the Sims 4 Strangerville game pack. I did not get to catch this, but I assume it was a good live stream. I just didn't get to see it.
I enjoyed it. I think it was really good. So on the live stream itself, 3 of the developers on the team who created Strangerville were featured. You had Sim Guru Romeo, who was the lead producer of Strangerville, also Sim Guru Matt and Sim Guru Houts. And they did a little Q&A with the live chat and some prepped questions that they had about what went into the game, some of the choices they made, behind the scenes. And I don't know, I thought it was a nice, I love a good behind the scenes, especially with developers who they really clearly care about what they're creating and what they've put together. And they seem like pretty proud of the end result. And I mean, me personally agree that they did a really good job.
Yeah, I appreciate always seeing game developers be, transparent with their audiences and their player base. Because, I think the more insight the more insight that I have into the development of a game, the more likely I am to buy it.
Yeah.
If I can see a bunch of stuff from behind the scenes, I'm probably going to be like, oh, that game looks really cool. And it looks like these people put a lot of time into it. I should pick it up. But if I just see a game on the shelf or in the PlayStation store or whatever, it's like I'm a little less likely to just pick it up.
Yeah, it's like give me some personality and some, give me the why. So we don't have to recap the whole thing. I think go check it out if you're interested in listening in. But some main points that I did want to touch on is that they cover, in a semi-spoilery way, some of the what went on in creating certain aspects of the storyline, the reasoning behind the choices they made with regard to having this type of game pack where it's, sort of a linear storyline that, you're solving the Strangerville mystery. And they talked about that based on the feedback. The feedback was mixed, but I think there were folks who really enjoyed it. And they're going to take that and learn from what was good about it and what was not as good about it. And they're going to move forward with that information and use it to make the next one.
Yeah, and I definitely, appreciate developers that are willing to kind of take community feedback and improve DLCs. Because, I've seen that with other companies as well. I think a notable somewhat recent example would be Fallout 4. Some of the DLC people didn't like, and I think, the company took that and they said, well, this next one we're going to make better and a little more expansive and a little more in-depth. So things like that I appreciate. And I appreciate Strangerville, I haven't really played through it yet, so I can't say if it's my cup of tea or not, but I can appreciate it for what it is, like just as a concept. It's kind of
right.
cool.
And for the people who didn't really appreciate the concept, there's, everybody has a different play style. What I really liked about this Maxis Monthly is that they took the time to kind of address the folks who were like, I'm not in it for the storyline. I'm a builder. Like, why can't I have these trailers as objects and use them in my builds? They touched on that specifically, which I thought was great because that was kind of like the number one complaint about all the great cool things that came with Strangerville. We couldn't use these trailers. So they know, they get it, they addressed it, they're working on it, which is great.
I think with the trailers, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just thought of this. With the trailers, there's actually a mod that lets you use the trailers, like when you go camping and stuff. It lets you use them like tents, which isn't something that's included in the game, I don't believe, but someone made that. Yeah, and I like that they don't force you in the storyline. It's not like you start your game up and all of a sudden, no, you have to go to Strangerville and you have to solve this mystery or else,
Well, they talked about that too. And there are folks who said, look, the new world is beautiful. I just want to get in and play there. And I don't want to deal with like the strangeness and the weirdness of the infected Sims. And I mean, we've discussed it. They are so creepy. For sure they're creepy. They talked a little bit about how they kind of broke the motion engines that are typically in The Sims and had to, basically do some really funky stuff to stretch the smile out really wide and have the eyes bulge out. But they are, there are ways to cheat that allow you to purchase I don't want to give anything away about the storyline.
Yeah, hey, no spoilers. I haven't finished it yet.
But there are ways that you can cheat to purchase items needed for the storyline to move the thing along. But there is not yet a way to just like click it off in an option to like not have the story already in there, which is something that, was a debate back and forth. And I think in a future iteration of something like this, that would really be beneficial for the team to implement. Yeah. I'm sure, I think that's probably my guess from a development perspective. I'm not a developer, but my thinking is that's very likely something they considered, but it wasn't something they're able to implement at this time for whatever reason. Yeah, it's got to be development related, but they have their reasons, but they're hearing and responding to feedback from the fans. So, I mean, however you feel about Maxis or EA, like they're things that they're listening to and really hoping to address in future packs.
Yeah, I mean,
we have talked about in a previous Social Bunny episode, we threw together an episode right when the pack was announced, which is like a week before it came out. So speculation was running wild in that week leading up to the release. And we dipped into a little bit about what we thought some of the Twitter content was all about, what, the weird text and funky fonts and lettering and some allusions to Bella and Beauty and the mother in the red dress. So I played through it. I don't want to, give away one way or the other how all that turns out. But I will say in finishing the story, there's still some mystery around what that correlation could be. And on Maxis Monthly, the guys said something to the effect of like, oh, you know what, should we give the reason? Should we say the reason why we made that kind of connection? And then they just like stopped themselves. They were like, oh, no, never mind. We're not going to talk about it. So to me, that says like, okay, something's up. Something maybe is worth more exploring in this pack, and maybe we learn something more or something even bigger kind of in the overall background lore of Sims 4 is like simmering, to use a bad pun.
My thinking is they're hinting at something in a future pack.
I'd love that. Possibly. I think that would be super rad.
I don't know. Could just be me just like being weird. I don't know. But okay, so what else we got?
I wanted to touch on super quick about the Curio guy. They didn't talk about this in the Maxis Monthly, but I read a really cool piece about it, and we'll link to it in the description. I think because I have MCCC mod installed, my Curio shop owner wasn't the same one from the trailer. I think his name is Erwin. The redhead, exactly.
The redhead?
So mine randomed a different person. So I don't know what the deal is there, but apparently it's Erwin for pretty much everyone else. And he gets the Father Winter treatment in that he is real hard to kill. In that he's just, you can set him on fire and he's fine. So that, if you're into conspiracy theories like me, I guess I'm wearing the colander hat with the string lights. If you're into that, that's something to look into and think about. Because if he's, some superhuman, supernatural being amongst all the other weirdness in Strangerville, that could be leading to a continuation of this story. Just saying.
Yeah, I definitely think that. And, it's weird because he showed up in my game, and I have MC Command Center as well. So I don't know, maybe you have a different setting.
I broke it. I just broke the game. That's whatever.
Yeah. I do a lot all the time, so I understand. All right, so I'm going to run through the next point here. So let's see. So the gurus said they can show stuff in April, and we are getting a patch, in fact, on the 16th,
right? Yeah,
right?
That'll be...
No?
As of you listening to this, that will be yesterday. But hopefully you have listened to our warnings in previous Social Bunnies and other episodes. Back up your save files, back up your save files, back up your save files. Please back up your save files.
Not only do you want to back up your save files, if you have mods installed, please also back up your mods folder, because I have lost a few pieces of custom content to patches, and it was a very sad time. So
back that up.
Back that
please.
Shit up too.
They teased a little bit about that in the March Maxis Monthly. We'll get into what they talked about in April.
All right. So the deal with the Maxis Monthly from April 9th. So on PC, we are apparently getting one new stuff pack, expansion pack, and game pack within the next 6 months. So we're hitting all three categories, which is kind of nuts.
I'm sorry, Jane. I'm sorry. Could you say that again? What's that now?
Yeah, we're getting one new stuff pack, expansion pack, and game pack all within the next 6 months.
Oh my God.
Which is bananas.
I'm losing my mind. I can't. 6 months?
I think that's been like the kind of release schedule that we've been on in the past, but I don't think I've ever heard them say that explicitly. It's kind of just come out as it comes out. You know what I mean? So that's interesting. And then we're also getting some new outfits. We're getting, apparently, according to Marissa's notes, we're getting comfortable office attire. That's how she described it. And then new tops, shoes, skirt,
super cute
pants for male and female, plain and patterned options, which is, I guess, good for people that don't use custom content, because I feel like, sometimes if you just use the base game, you don't really have a lot of options.
Yeah, they're cute outfits too. It's at my work, they call it smart casual. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. All right, so the new career is going to be freelancers, and it's actually fairly in-depth from what I can see here. You can check for clients, like in the acting career. I believe that it was the same function as check for gigs, right? Yeah. And then freelancers can be artists, programmers, or writers, which is cool, because all three of those are ways to make a living in the real world, although it's difficult for sure.
What I love about it is that it's a brand new career. It's a new career path that you can take in those three sub-careers, those subcategories.
Yeah. I think the term you were looking for there is career branches. Actually, I think that's the official.
Thank you. Yes, career branches, and it makes sense because it's all things that you can do from home, but it's not the only work that you can do from home. So what I love about this is that it kind of opens the door for additional freelance type jobs to become available. And the fact that it does the same menu as the acting career, it's sort of like it's a rabbit hole without being a rabbit hole. You get to choose options based on what you want for your story, but your sim is still there in front of you and is still doing the work. I mean, they're sitting at a computer, and there are other associated activities. The artists are digital artists, and they draw on like the sketch pad. I think the programmers can like mod certain like objects. They showed a little bit on the live stream, so check that out.
I want to jump in and say that of the objects that they've added recently, one of my favorites is the sketchpad.
Gorgeous.
I feel like with the sketchpad, I don't know if it's just me, if this is just my game, or if I have some weird mod installed, but I feel like with the sketchpad, painting gets done about 4 times faster. It's like your sim will just like boop through a painting and then they're done. I don't know if it's just me, but like they're just spitting them out left and right, and I'm like, whoa, okay, get your money,
nice.
you know? But maybe
cash money.
Maybe that's just me. Has anybody else experienced that? Like, I think I broke my game at some point because it's just so many mods.
I honestly haven't used it, which, I mean,
really?
It was the free item with the patch, right?
Yeah,
like a recent patch.
I think so, yeah. You should use it. It's really cool. Anyway, but so I guess we're getting a new desk, a new journal object that may or may not be usable. So that's interesting. A pencil holder, a wall bookshelf, and a desk chair.
Yeah. Wall bookshelf again. They mentioned on the live stream. Yeah, that's me very happily singing about that. There are only 3 total wall bookshelves in all of the Sims.
That is just depressing.
Can you believe that? So this, I think, is either number 3 or number 4. Like, those are our options. But it's so cute. Check them out.
But hey, at least it's cute and it's here, you know? Like,
it's hella cute, and I'm so excited.
All right. Okay, so for the artist gig, it's electrified artists, I guess, which that's funny because EA, haha. So each gig has a unique outcome. Apparently, the gurus are welcoming modders to play with this career concept. And as somebody who's just getting into modding careers, I appreciate that very much. There's no traditional work promotions, but you can earn rewards, objects, or increase gig pay every time you fill the career progress bar. It's called overmaxing. So that's cool.
Yeah, it looks like a kind of a tweak on the existing mechanic for acting, but it's definitely its own thing, and it looks really interesting.
Yeah, that's neat. So the artist, this is an interesting point to me, is the artist freelance career is digital art only. And I thought at first I was like, oh, that's weird. But then I thought more about it, and it kind of makes sense because if you look at like in the modern world, the vast majority of like freelance art clients, people will be like, oh, I need these digital graphics for, you know, my website or my Twitch page or my YouTube or whatever. Right. And can you make this, and I'll hire you for this amount of money, you know?
Yeah.
So
yeah, and
it does make sense.
They definitely specifically called that out, which I thought was interesting, but it makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And then I guess we're also getting a new laptop, and it's one, if I'm looking further down the script notes here, it's a laptop that comes in the new patch. So if you don't have Strangerville, then you still get a laptop.
Yeah,
which is cool.
Strangerville introduced this cute little laptop that you can get. It's like, it looks different from the one that they showed in this live stream. The 2 laptops, like one is more, the Strangerville one has like rounded edges, I guess you could say, like a rounded instead of a truly rectangular screen. The corners are a little rounded, which is cute. The one that is coming out in this patch is so cute. Like, I love it.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I mean, I already have the one laptop that came with Strangerville, but this one I think is going to be cute too.
Yeah, it's really clean. It's really like slick, and I really like it.
So, and then we're also getting the little white wall shelf that Sim Graham showed off on Twitter. And it's like this
freaking shelf.
Little shelf. It's just a little shelf, and I like it. It's cute.
Everybody is losing their minds over this GD shelf. And I get it.
Cute.
I get it. So the whole and it's the shelf that I use in game all the time. It's called the Immaculate Wall Shelf, and it's just a clean plank of a shelf. I'm pretty sure we have the IKEA equivalent in our real life apartment. And it's just a, you know what I mean? Just the plain, it's just a shelf. It's a shelf. It's a plain shelf. Right. No embellishments, it's a shelf. And I think the biggest complaint with it from anyone who uses build mode. And again, I get it, but none of the swatches were white, like a plain white. Like I think it was like a gray or a tan, and everybody wants a white shelf. Okay. And a month ago, Grant shared, a picture of like, look at this nice white shelf, and people lost their goddamn minds.
Understandably,
but also like, it's a shelf. Relax.
Well, yeah, but
chill.
All right. So, next thing I wanted to get into is this whole wild ass clothing collaboration that is currently going on within The Sims. I have so many feelings about this, and none of them are good. But my first question is, who in the hell is paying $300 for a swimsuit? I believe that was the price on the swimsuit, and I kind of wanted that swimsuit. And then I saw the price, and my wallet said, "Bitch, no,
stop it, no."
Yeah,
$300 for a bathing suit. No.
My thing is, okay, I'm not against them, collaborating with real world brands. Why is it so hard to say? Get your money, but at the same time, it's like if you're going to collaborate, make it a brand that is more affordable and accessible to like the average person, because I can guarantee you, a lot of Sims players are like, I would imagine middle class or upper middle class, and we're like living out our fantasies of being rich people in The Sims, but that doesn't mean we have that kind of money in real life necessarily.
You mentioned on social media something to the effect of, why not partner with a brand like Target, where it's something that's affordable, but something that still has like widespread appeal. And I thought that was a really good point that you made.
Right. Like, and I stand by what I said, because it's like the average person can't afford a $300 bathing suit. Like, I'm not against a collaboration, but it should be something that people, of average income can actually buy.
Yeah, like, and it's, I mean, like, everyone, when this first, like, became known, was like, yes, shut up and take my money. Like, I want to buy all the things. And then they released, like, what the actual prices were, and it was like, oh, no, thank you.
Yeah, I saw the prices, and I just about had a stroke. And like some of the stuff, I'm gonna be honest, some of the stuff doesn't even look like it's Sims related. Like,
hard pass. It's just hard pass. It's like weird pixelated. It looks like it's from Minecraft more than anything.
Looks like friggin' like 80s Atari.
Yeah,
I don't know what. Yeah, and it's sad because it's like I would have bought the earrings or the bathing suit, but not for that price. Like, hello, I think they wanted like, what's the price on the earrings? Like $275 or something?
No,
something crazy. And I'm just like, really? Like, I don't even wear earrings that much. First of all,
that makes me upset. And like,
I know.
It's like,
it makes me legitimately angry, because only a very, very small portion of the fandom is actually going to be able to purchase and access and enjoy these items. And then the rest of us are just going to be looking at them like, gee, I sure wish I could afford this, but I don't have a spare, $600 to drop on two things or whatever.
Listen,
it comes out to.
EA, we are spending all of our money on the Sims games. We can't spend any more money on these stupid outfits. They don't even look. It's like they got a designer who was like, The Sims, never heard of it. Look at these cool diamond plumbobs. I'll just make some earrings and then do what I want with it and make it pixelated and make it cool.
I think what it is, it's like they made this, honestly, my thinking is they made it to cater to two things. They either made it to cater to like famous people, like Kylie Jenner type of people, or they made it to cater to, the Sims YouTubers that have a bunch of money that they can spend on these things.
Well, but it's like, good for them, not widespread. Yeah.
No, this shit's stressing me out. I mean, I don't mean to shit on EA too much, because it's like, you got to get your money as a game company and yada yada. But not a big fan of this collaboration. And I'm going to be honest, because maybe in the future, they'll reconsider doing a big money brand. Make it affordable, make it Walmart, make it Target, make it, I don't know, something.
Make it Sims, but make it fashion.
Make it accessible to us normal people that don't have, trust funds or YouTube money or whatever.
Seriously.
Whatever the situation is.
It's like way to alienate a fan base. I mean, look, we have to be kind to our benevolent overlords, EA, but I think they missed the mark on this one. But as we said earlier, they're listening to feedback from fans. Well, Maxis is anyway. I don't know about every part of the business, but there are parts of the Sims creators that are listening to feedback. So maybe the fact that a lot of people are vocal about this not really hitting the nail on the head, maybe they will make some changes and hook up with Target next time around.
Yeah, I think it's not even so much, I would say, that they missed the mark on this per se. It's just that their mark and our mark was like two very different things. Yeah. And then they actually did this and we were all like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah,
which,
well said.
To be fair, I've been doing that a lot with a lot of different things lately, just looking at the news and saying that. So this is not anything out of the ordinary, really, but it's still disappointing.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely it. Have you seen the photo shoots that they've put out?
Oh, God. Have I? Yes. Some of that is going to be burned into my retinas for the rest of my life. Like, I just opened that Kotaku, I think it is, article. I can't pronounce anything. But, like, this dude is sitting here in his damn, fancy underwear, and like I'm not heterosexual enough to appreciate that. Like, and
I'm not heterosexual enough to appreciate that. Put it on a t-shirt. I need it.
And you can keep that in the episode because it's true, and also put that on my tombstone because that's gonna be true until the day I die. Now, but seriously, like, I'm still looking at this and thinking, what is going on with these underwear? Because they literally say Moschino on them, and then they're gold and black, and just what
amazing.
The hell? Like, it looks like this dude's wearing a belt. Like, are you looking at the same picture?
Yeah.
The blonde guy?
Yeah. I just wanted to touch on the fact that it's the way that they've done these photo shoots that they're releasing, for the brand. It's real human models wearing this Sims-inspired clothing line, but the backdrop, and they must have, done a photo shoot on like a complete green screen or however that works, but they are overlaid atop a background of like a room in The Sims 4. Like, it's a very nicely decorated backdrop of like the models are in the Sims world. That's the effect that they're going for.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, like, I didn't see that before, and now I'm just like looking at these, and I think I'm going to have nightmares for like the next week because this is weird. Like, this in my brain, this makes no sense. Like, I'm looking at this and my brain is trying to understand it, and it's like, where are the pixels? Why are there real people? So I don't know.
And it's even funnier because the whole like aesthetic of the clothing line is like overblown, pixelated like details, but then you put it in this world of Sims 4 that isn't pixelated. Like, Sims 4 is beautiful. And it's not that like style that they are trying to emulate. That's just not how it looks.
Right, and I don't want it's a weird mishmash of things because on the one hand you got the Nintendo, Atari, Super Mario Brothers pixel shit. On the other hand, you have the Sims background, and then on the third hand that you've somehow sprouted from somewhere, I don't know, but you have the actual people in the Sims. It's like
it's very disturbing. It's like Uncanny Valley.
Literally, I would imagine, like, I've never dropped acid, but I would imagine if you went and dropped acid and then you played The Sims, I would imagine that's what that would look like. So that's what I'm thinking that probably is. I don't know. But, like, not a fan, clearly. I mean, they tried, but it's just not for me. And my big thing is it's like, it's not even, it's not my cup of tea, whatever. Like I said earlier, it's like, it's not going to be accessible to the majority of people that play the game.
Shout out to Kotaku for the caption, we own 8 books and 0 pants.
Which, honestly, though, that's how my Sims kind of function. So that's not an inaccurate portrayal, really. It's just weird.
If in real life I owned 8 books and 0 pants, I might be a happier person. So,
honestly,
we don't have time to unpack all of that. Let's move along.
We really don't. All right, so Maxis Creative Families. If you don't follow social media, you might not know that Maxis has been re-releasing vintage Sims characters to the gallery. So we have the Grunts, the Newbies, and the Pleasant family. Now, I know that the Newbies and the Pleasant the Newbies are from Sims 1, excuse me, and then the Pleasant family is from Sims 2. The Grunts are from Sims 2 as well, correct?
They are the military family that were in Strange Town in Sims 2.
That's That's what I thought, because I put them in Strangerville in my game, and I was like, I don't remember which game these guys were in, but I think they belong.
Yeah,
here.
and I think that was one of the like throwbacks that they wanted to use to allude to Strangetown. In the Maxis Monthly, the guys talked about how it's not a sequel to Strangetown. It's not like a recreation, but it does some nice call outs, some nice throwbacks and allusions to Sims 2. So that was kind of a nice way to connect the dots.
Yeah, I definitely, appreciate that for what it is. I appreciated that it wasn't a remake, too, because I feel like that would have been kind of weird, because it's like, so far in The Sims 4, we've never had a direct remake of anything, so it would have been kind of
It's
odd,
a wonky timeline for sure, but
yeah,
who knows? Maybe all will be revealed if we get a Bella Goth connection. Who knows? And if you're looking for those, you can search hashtag Maxis Creates, MAXIS CREATES on the gallery. So in console news, couple updates included in recent Maxis Monthlies, both March and April. We're just going to run through some of the big ones. So on February 12th, Get Famous came to console, which was a pretty quick turnaround based on the timeline of how other expansion packs and game packs are going to console. Earlier in the same month of February, movie hangout stuff went to console. March 12th, console got fitness stuff and bowling night stuff. And they also just announced that Spa Day will be coming to console. So at this point, they're sort of just about catching up with everything that's gone out for PC, with the exception of My First Pets pack, which who knows if they'll even put that out there just because of how much people hated it, and Strangerville. So Strangerville has yet to come to console. If you're a console player, if you're feeling behind, we're very sorry, but get a PC.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on the way.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. So Sims Mobile, I was sick in bed with the flu last year when it came out, so I was just like, I can't get up and play, my Sims on the computer. I'll do Sims Mobile, whatever.
Nice.
So let's see. So Sims Mobile launched a major update on February 26, 2019. So we have revamped shopping and styling, and creating Sims is now a whole new experience. You can explore fun brands with hundreds of trendy items to suit your Sims personality and overall look. So that's
very
cool.
nice.
I haven't actually looked at this, but it sounds
me neither.
So,
maybe I'll take another look at Sims Mobile because of that.
You can now change the looks of Sims around town, including the kids and toddlers in your household, which is good. It's always a good thing to be able to do. You can now style all 12 members of your household versus just playable Sims. I never got far enough into Sims Mobile to have it be an issue where it's like you could only style certain Sims or whatever. But
I was going to say, you can have 12 people in your house in Mobile?
Apparently.
Jeez. Okay.
All right, so you can now choose the stylist career for your Sim who loves to style hair. That's cool. You now have the ability to choose when Sims age. Just like in PC, if you want to, you can turn aging off. I would assume it works similarly in Sims Mobile. And then in Sims Free Play, which I haven't played in forever, we have the Garages Live event. So it says, park your rides on one of the new parking spaces in the new Family Garage home lot on a driveway or inside your house. That's weird, but okay. Whatever floats your boat. If you want to tear down a wall and stick a car inside your house, you do that. It's The Sims. You knock yourself out. All right. You can deck out your new single or double-sized garage with tools, storage, furniture, and more. Style your entire home with a new range of spectacular gifts, kitchen, and homeware that are unlockable in the Wedding Presents Live event, which also features a new red sports car. So that's a lot. And I haven't played that, so I don't know what it's all like, but I'm sure it's cool. I just, forgot Free Play even existed. And the weird thing is, I could have sworn a while back reading about Free Play being replaced by Sims Mobile.
For a really long time, I thought they were the same thing. Apparently I was mistaken.
No, they're not the same. And I think actually of all the Sims things that we have going right now, I think Free Play is kind of the most advanced because it has cars, and then there's I guess daycares and stuff. And
they have daycares
damn, I
too?
want some cars and some daycares on PC. Like, come on, EA.
I mean, we've been complaining about cars for ages and ages, and they've got it on mobile /Free Play.
I realize, though, it's different teams and stuff and different, systems and different whatever, but it's like, it's still frustrating because it's like you feel like you're missing something,
If there's one thing I've learned being in a corporate job, it's that nobody communicates with each other. Nobody up top talks to each other.
True.
The the developer team for mobile and free play, they're probably like, yeah, cars. We've always done cars. Let's do cars. Meanwhile, the PC group is like, wait, cars? What's that now?
The PC group's like, what the fuck, guys? And like, I don't know what you do for a job, but I can only imagine, the level of just bananas communication issues that's going on. Yeah. All right. So
let me say though, real quick too, stylist career isn't a thing in PC either. So that might be one I have to take a look at too.
Let me
rephrase. Stylist career in PC is more about like your whole outfit.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one's more like fashion, and then the one in the mobile is hair stuff.
Cool, interesting.
Which is neat. Okay,
so in final fun news, we just wanted to end on a kind of a silly note that might spark some conversation. There was a article that came out recently on The Gamer titled "Sims 4 PSA: If you have 176 kids, you'll crash the game. Who knew?" So for anyone who is a lover of the 100 baby challenge, this is this article is for you.
This is like the 100 baby challenge on steroids, basically.
Yeah. I'm into it. I'm here for it.
It's insane. So this guy, this player made this dude. They say the real backstory is I just wanted the challenge to make as many babies as possible and see how many look like my sim at the end of his life. He had red skin, blue hair, a bulbous nose, bug eyes, etc., etc. I wanted to see how much he could make child support be. And he says the last bill before crashing, the child support was around $188,000.
Hilarious.
That's insane.
That's a cheat though, right? Like that you only get with MCCC.
Yes.
Yeah, child support is not base game feature, but if you mod, then you can do that.
I think with the child support, you can actually change the percentage as well. So like if you have it, you can make it so it's a certain percentage of your income. I could be wrong, but I think that's how that works.
Check out our episode on MCCC, which I always get the name wrong of, Master Controller Command Center. Just
MC Command Center.
Thank you.
Is the official. Yeah, it's all right.
And that is episode 20. It's a Team Llama episode, so check that out for what's going to be the first of many episodes on MC Command Center.
And then the backstory for the sim that was used is that he's an obscenely wealthy sim who always wanted a large family and he wanted as many offspring as possible. So he falls in love with all the pre-made sims of the world and they all have his children. Because he has the no jealousy perk, none of his girlfriends ever get jealous. Tight. And they were all really good friends and hung out at his house together. And the guy truly loved all his girlfriends. When Nancy Landgrab passed away, he had the mourning moodlet for 8 days. So basically, he was in this gigantic polyamorous relationship and had a bunch of kids, and I'm here for it, you know?
The graphic of... It's from a Reddit thread that this all originated, but the graphic of the original father and all 176 kids is completely hilarious.
This I have not seen.
It's good stuff.
But I can imagine. I'm going to go look. Is it in the Reddit thread? Oh, right. Geez. Yes, it is in the Reddit thread. Holy shit. Okay, so I'm seeing a lot of red skin and blue hair.
Hey, man. Basically. That's your aesthetic. You gotta commit to it. So in the comments of that same Reddit thread, one user claims that they sired 219 kids in the game and only stopped there because their sim died. And in that one, that user took a selfie with all but one of them, which I think is hysterical because that just adds an extra layer to like, yeah, not only did I father 219 children, I met all of them, which when you're not the one giving birth, it's sort of like...
That's insane.
Well, set it and forget it.
Yeah. So what's coming next, in upcoming episodes, you can expect that Team Cowplant will be talking about the creation of The Sims, and Sims creator Will Wright. And then Team Llama returns to talk about 2 lesser-known but related challenges called 13 Souls and 10 Deaths. So those are 2 different challenges, and I've never heard of either of them, so I'm looking forward to that episode.
I came in as a guest on that episode and really had no idea about either. They are pretty intensive challenges. So if you are a challenge beast and you enjoy the real minutia of a challenge, these are the ones for you. Definitely check out this episode coming up soon. So Jane, I'd like to tell the world where we can be found on social media. I'm going to do my big deep breath and then I'm going to say all of them really, really fast.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. We are Plumbobcast on Instagram and Twitter. We are Plumbob Podcast on Reddit. We also have our own subreddit. Check us out. We are Under the Plumbob Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr, and you can find all of the things I just said on our website, undertheplumbob.com. You can reach out to us there using a web form, or you can email us at undertheplumbobpodcast@gmail.com. And we really do love hearing from you. So please tell us what you want to hear in upcoming episodes. Tell us what you didn't like about an episode that we did. We love attention, so please reach out. We are also on Twitch and YouTube. We're slowly kind of getting some more video content. We're streaming here and there. We've got a really great kind of playthrough of Strangerville with Marissa. So check that out. It is twitch.tv/undertheplumbob podcast. On YouTube, you can find us. We are Plumbob Podcast. Please, please, please subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Spotify, Google Play, all the things. Put us in your ears. Put your earbuds in your face holes and turn it up. Big shout out to our writing and research credits today. Jane, thank you for contributing. Roxy and Marissa also put some time into this script, watching the live streams and taking notes for us. So thank you so much. And a big thank you to the sites that we use, especially for Social Bunny. We lean a lot on Sims Media. I'll just roll out. Thank you to The Gamer. Thank you to Sims VIP. Thank you to Sims Community. Thank you to Kotaku. I think that's it this week. Thank you, Carl. Just always thank you, Carl, because we love you.
Yes, Carl. Carl, come through.
Coming through for Carl, always.
Yeah, I just thought of something, and maybe the outro is not an appropriate place for this, but we should try and interview Carl one day.
I think that'd be really great. I think he would really enjoy our company. Maybe.
Carl's the homie. We should have him on the show because I think he's done a lot for us. And,
what a get that would be to get Carl on the show.
That would be really
Listen,
cool.
If you love Carl as much as we do, email us, tweet at us, tweet at us and tweet at Carl. Say, hey man, there's this great podcast of ladies who are obsessed with you. So go on their show. Last but not least, thank you for listening. Thank you for loving this game as much as we do. Thank you for being as weird about all of the Sims things as we are. We're very grateful to share this fandom with you and talk all about it.
Yeah.
Jane, any final thoughts?
Thank you guys for listening. And also, we've created this little family and I like it. And I just really appreciate getting to be a part of something so cool. And I love you guys and all you listeners. And I hope you guys love me right back. And, it's a good time. So yeah, thank you guys for listening.
This podcast family is such a fun thing to be a part of. And we're so grateful to have you, Jane. We're so grateful to have these listeners. But now I think it's time to go back to the real world.
Yep. Back to the real world. For me, back to homework. And then you're doing what? Game of Thrones tonight? Yeah.
Winter is here.
Yes.
Dun, dun,
all right.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I can't hum that. That's probably copyright. Never mind.
We will see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye.
Badish. Dag dag.
Let me find from March. Sorry, editor.
Our poor editor. She's just like, really?
She's like, oh, well, we were off to a start there.
Here they go again. It's okay. We're trying our best. That's what matters. Yeah, and you get to listen to my super on-key humming and random noises. So, hey.
So I already forget what we were talking about or how we were leading into this.